Right, yeah, here we are. Welcome to the first episode of Greeny Grub. Just like to say massive thanks to everyone on our Facebook page too. We've hit, almost 200 likes now, haven't we, Greeny?
Yes, pretty close to it, which has been quite amazing, actually.
Yeah,
The support and stuff's been unbelievable.
I even started the comments and that already, which it's good. I've seen it from both male and female points of view as well. Reaching out and making sure that and everyone and anyone's welcome to the group too. Like there's no limitations. So
Well, that's it, across all age groups too.
yeah,
That's the other
100%.
thing as well. It's a thing that doesn't just it doesn't just target one age group.
Exactly right.
Either.
Like and obviously, the aim for our group is we're going to obviously be talking about our hobbies and our interests as footy and stuff like that. But obviously, if you want to touch base on the main reason why we're doing the channel.
Yeah, well, main reason is, basically we've both had mental health issues over the years.
100%.
We've both been medicated and still medicated for it and stuff like that as well. So it's been sort of a big part of both our lives.
Yep.
And that makes it, it's just, like I said in the Facebook group thing, if we can help one person, then we've done something right.
Exactly right.
Anything over that's a bit of a bonus. So,
yep, that's it.
Hopefully it's not all talk about mental health and stuff like that. We're going to be having some fun with this and...
Yeah, 100%, man.
Talking about all different topics and that sort of stuff.
100%.
Well.
And everyone's open. Like, we want feedback from you guys and that as well. And I know literally this is the first episode, we're just kicking it off, but as much feedback as we can get from everyone. And even if there's a topic or you're interested in coming on the channel with us and having a general chat, everyone's more than welcome to, and we're open to that as well, aren't we?
Oh, 100%. 100%. The more we can reach out, the more help that we can do.
Exactly right, man. 100%. It's pretty fucking simple.
Like I keep saying, if we help one person,
yeah,
that's a bonus.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, and literally, that's the main reason we're doing it. We're not doing it for any other reasons, but to get the awareness out there for us just to have a general chat and
try and break down that barrier.
Yeah, 100%. Break that stigma that's still out there. It is definitely improving over the last couple of years, but there still is that fucking stigma around that. We want to try and do
and there's a lot of good places out there now too that, if you can't reach out to family, friends, us, anything like that, and you're having dramas, I know Lifeline, they do a text service now, after hours text service, where you don't even have to talk to them. You just send a text message to the number, and all the communication is via text message.
Which is a lot of people, which is a good thing to know too, because a lot of people feel more comfortable via text and actually speaking about it as well. So,
and that's the thing, and that number's manned 24 hours a day too. So doesn't matter whether it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 o'clock at night,
exactly
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
If you feel you can't reach out to somebody or embarrassed, which is a big issue why blokes don't reach out.
Exactly, especially with us blokes, like. We've always played the fucking tough card in that over the years, haven't we? And we've always fucking been there and done stupid shit. But and that's, I generally think we can make a difference. Yeah. I'd like to think we do. Look, the amount of support we had in a short time, like literally we haven't even going a week and have almost 200 likes on our page. That's awesome. I'm absolutely stoked with that.
It is.
We'll get a bit of an introduction on ourselves. A lot of people already know us, but. Sure, you want to take it away, mate?
Yeah.
An introduction on yourself?
Trade diesel mechanic. Started 20 odd years, over 25 years.
Showing your age, mate.
For more than half my life, mate. I think the bald spot's what's showing me age. No, but heavy vehicle. I did my apprenticeship with Cummins when it was at Hexham.
Yeah.
I was lucky to go through before OH&S and work safety and all of that stuff came in, which was probably a good thing.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, the old safety squint and stuff like that. There's no such thing as safety glasses. And,
exactly right.
You know, there was no high vis, none of that sort of stuff. But, mate, I got some good friends out of that. Some lifelong friends too, especially from TAFE and things like that. I mean, social media can be a bad platform, but it can also be a good platform as well because,
100%.
you know, some of the boys that I went to TAFE with are all around the country now.
Yeah.
And you can still keep in contact with them and,
yep.
you know, stuff like that. So, but I've worked all around the country. I've done a winter in Lithgow. That was ridiculous. That
would have been nice and fresh.
Oh, the problem with Lithgow, it's in a valley. So you don't see the sun till about 10:30 by the time it gets over the Blue Mountains. Yeah. And then it's going down over the Great Dividing Range again by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Just enough time to defrost and it's fucking cold again.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, mate, worst thing, lying in about half a foot of snow, trying to get belly plate bolts undone on a dozer. Oh, ridiculous. But yeah, you used to have to run out. You'd first wake up, go for a piss, run outside. You'd have your Ugg boots and stuff because it'd be nice and warm inside because you've got the heater blaring. You'd run out, start your car, come back in, have your shower, make your lunch, get changed, have brekkie, stuff like that. So that by the time you got out, your windscreen's fogged, the ice is off it, you know.
Ready to roll for the day.
Ready to roll, sitting there, idling for half an hour.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and the temp gauge still hasn't moved. It's sitting on cold.
Because you done a bit of time in WA and that too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did 5 years over there.
Yeah, right.
Originally went over for 6 months to see what it was all about, and 5 years later.
What sort of swings that we doing over there? Are you doing like a month on, month off?
No, so I start with was 2 and 1, so 2 weeks on,
1
week off.
Yep.
And that was up out of Kalgoorlie.
Yep.
So it was all underground.
Yeah,
stuff like that. That can be pretty daunting the first few times you go underground.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it is pitch black.
Yeah.
You turn your light off and you literally cannot see the end of your nose.
I was going to say, put a hand in front of your face and you can't see shit.
Yeah. You know, I worked in Perth for a bit too.
Yep.
You know, it's Monday to Friday job, but still, you know, you're running your 12-hour.
Yep.
12-hour days.
Was that or was that when it been underground there? Was it?
No, that was in a workshop just down the road from where I was living.
Yeah, 100%.
At the time.
Yep.
And that was pretty good too. But that's that was working on everything and anything. And it had wheels and a motor.
Yeah,
We'd
100%.
fix it and everything like that, and was up in the Pilbara for 3 years.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of mates and that's worked over in the Pilbara and they fucking love the Pilbara. I reckon it's a good place to work.
It gets hot.
Yep.
You know, they run the 40 over 40 there, so you normally have 40 days over 40 degrees during summer.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, one of the hottest places in the world is the Pilbara Marble Bar.
Yeah, right, there you go.
Averages during summer, it's averaging like 46, 47 degrees.
Yeah, right.
Every day. But then during winter, because you're in a desert, it's fucking freezing cold.
Yeah.
It gets down into the minuses.
Fucking polar opposite, man.
It is, but no, it was good. Like, it was seen some sights in WA, which was good.
Yep.
You know, and I had family over there too. My little sister and brother-in-law were over there, so...
Yeah. It was when you finished up over there, that's when we started working together at Volvo there. Is that right? Or are you already back over here by that stage?
No, I was already back over here because I was working for Westrack over there, and then transferred to Mount Thorley.
Yep.
And then just sick of the travel, mate. You know, doing 12-hour days at Thorley, and then...
So all the Hunter Expressway, that wouldn't have been here at that stage.
That's the thing,
so you go on the older route, fucking through Lochinvar
through
and all
Branxton,
and take you a fucking hour and a half to get there.
Oh, it was funny. So, coming home, you know, because most blokes would carpool
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because everyone lived down, you know, most people didn't live up that way. So you carpool. So there'd be 3 or 4 of you in a car. You'd coming into sort of Brankston, traffic would be bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
So one of the boys would jump out, walk or run down to the bottle shop, the old ice back, grab the largies, and you know, by the time he'd come out, you'd be just becoming past the bottle, jump back in.
At the time, fucking well.
I love it. I tell you, it was, and then yeah, but it just got too much, mate. Like, you have an accident or something like that.
100%.
It turns a 12-hour day into a 15, 16
real quick
hour day.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know, so.
So what about family life, mate? Tell
family life. Got 2 sisters. Got 2 nephews and a niece.
Yep.
As well. But yeah, always been big on family life, mate.
Yeah.
100%. You know, like yourself, it's always been there. It's always good. You know, unwavering support from them too through, you know, all the hard times and stuff that are particularly the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't realise how much you bounce off family in times like that, don't you?
Well, that's the thing, right? They never judge. They never, you know, nothing like that.
Yep.
You know, always there. And it's really good too, like, you know. But, yeah, you know, people underestimate families. They take family for granted, and it's 100%. Not till you go through some issues, you know, and you need someone you can really rely on.
Exactly right.
There's always going to be family there.
Well, it's proven over time with mates, and your mates come and go. You always got your good mates and that, but times always change, don't they?
That's exactly right.
So
that's exactly right. You know, there's generally only one constant in life, and that's family.
Yeah, that's it, man.
You know, but unfortunately, some people don't have that.
Well, exactly right. There's people out there that are by themselves and don't have that opportunity or that support around them, and that's where the mates and that come into it as well, play a big part.
Yeah, well,
your mates become family.
100%.
So,
you know, sometimes the old rule's true. You can't choose your family, but you can choose your mates.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and that's sort of too, like, it's good sharing hobbies with, like, your family. Like, Dad and I are fishing and footy and stuff like that. You know, it's good.
Who's your mate? Is your main Tiger supporter?
No, Dad actually.
So how did you become so stupid then?
Worked hard on it. I worked hard on it. No, so first team I played footy for, I was 5 years old, played for the Batemans Bay Tigers.
Gotcha, makes sense.
Dad was a Bankstown boy. He grew up in Bankstown and
fucking doggies.
You know, yeah, he was a doggies. But he played a bit of lower grade stuff for the doggies.
Yeah, right.
When he was younger, but you know, back then, as soon as you got a big injury,
later. Fucking don't come back.
Yeah, that was the end of your career.
Yeah,
you know, there's nothing like they can do these days. So, but yeah, I spent 3 years in it, because back then under 8s was the first age group. So
really?
I spent 3 years I had 40 something games racked up for the club, and I was still playing under 8s.
Nice.
Won my first grand final with them. I'd literally just turned 8 like 3 days before the grand final.
There you go.
It wasn't that's the same year I had my first beer as well, because that year we had under 8s, under 10s, under 12s, under 16s, all in the grand final. So 4 of the 5, the under 14s were the only team that missed out.
Yeah, right.
So we had 4 of the 5 teams in 4 of the 5 games were Batemans Bay in the grand final, and then went back. There's a pub in Batemans Bay called the Bayview Hotel.
Yeah, okay.
And so they were showing replays of the games. So they put our game on first, and our whole team was sitting up on the bar with a little 7 having a beer. But I mean, this
living the dream.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's it. It was different back then.
Oh, it was
definitely fucking different.
Especially town like Batemans Bay, like there was no traffic lights. Yeah. There was no takeaway stores. There was no no Macca's, no KFC, nothing.
Yeah.
Like that. You had a couple of fish and chip shops and a pizza place and I think a chicken place. And
So how many games did you rack up for that for the Tigers?
I didn't make the 50 because we moved on.
Ah, righto.
After that, moved up to Tweed.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's been a fair few years up there and stuff like that. So.
I'm guessing you played your footy in that up there?
Yeah, played a fair bit of footy up there and things like that. Played with some good players and had some good coaches.
Yeah, 100%.
As well, met some really good blokes from school and things like that as well. So
yeah, nice.
Then moved to Newey in 97. So that was
the Mighty Knights won the grand final.
Yeah,
it was a move, mate.
It was. We moved down here just before.
Just before the grand final?
Just before.
Yeah, right.
The grand final. So, first taste of Newey was grand final week and part of my I could get used to this.
Yeah, welcome to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Because how old were you when it had been in 97?
18.
18, there you go.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So.
18 and fucking partying.
yeah.
That's where it all started.
It was a bit like that.
No, that's cool, man. Because obviously you're right into your fishing and that too.
Yeah, fishing, cars, footy.
Yeah.
Been footy mad since I can sit there and watch every game of footy every weekend.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just but fish. Love me fish. Been fishing since I was fucking this all stuff like that as well with Dad and just it's good to get away and get a bit of a release and
100%.
Especially when you find a couple of blokes too that enjoy it as well and
yeah definitely.
You get 40-50k offshore and there's no phone service, nothing, and you're just having a fat time. You just unplug, and you just no one around for kilometres, and it's just you and a couple of mates just having a good laugh and
just like that freedom.
Yeah,
nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Just fucking chilling out with mates.
That's it.
It's all about making the memories and that too, man.
It is, mate.
Looking back over you meet up with them in fucking 2-3 years time and you think back over that time, oh man, when we went fishing we done this.
Yeah.
Like yourself and like Chris Mono and that, Sean, like fuck, he's had some stories over the years. Some fishing adventures you even just a few stories I've heard over the years, mate. It's been definitely some interesting times already.
Yeah, mate, he's a rat bag. He is a dead set rat bag, but we'll get him on one day.
Bring him on, he'd be perfect for the show.
Few yards.
You have a few stories. We'll have to extend the episode after that one, Ollie. Just to fit it all in.
Mate, I think we'll need 3 battery packs. But that's basically me in a nutshell.
Yep.
I've worked in the industry. Like I said, you guys, I've had issues, particularly the last couple of years. I've had real bad mental health problems and, found rock bottom's basement. And, couldn't find a staircase or a ladder or anything to...
Exactly right, man.
And it's taken time, but like I said, I've had family, good mates as well to fall back on. Which has been great, like you just... if you ring them, they're going to pick up the phone and...
100%, man.
Stuff like that, and it's been it's been great.
Yep.
Well, I think that's enough about me. What about your ugly mug?
Jesus. Unfortunately,
he won't even help you.
No, well, obviously, same industry, man. I've done my trade till when I started mine, 2006. I started my apprenticeship. So with the old Mack trucks back in the day. But I'm still in the industry now. I'm actually starting this journey with you and starting a new career journey as of tomorrow as well. So
that should be good for you.
A lot of changes in that coming for me personally, but I've always
rework will halve in the workshop now.
Fucking hell.
Now you're off the tools.
Well, I've always been sort of dealership based. I've never had the opportunities and never had the exposure like you've had yourself personally. I've never gone to WA or anything like that. I've always stayed at home basically. But yeah, as you know, like there was always the booms over the years. Like fucking, I reckon like my TAFE class, for example. I reckon probably 85 to 90% of my TAFE class came up to the mines as soon as we finished our apprenticeship and that. Like it was just a big, massive boom, and that's the path people went down. So, and a lot of the guys are still working up there.
That was still, mining was still booming then.
Yeah, 100%, man.
In Australia. Like
2010, 2011, when I think it came out of my time, it was just about to go. It was on the way back up.
Yeah.
So, and then just like, a lot of guys chasing the money in that too, because really that's what we fucking work for, is money at the end of the day, and just the money from the mines to the dealership was just chalk and cheese. Like, the dealership just couldn't even fucking compete with it.
It's funny how that gap's closing down. Because
100%.
mining money is still like that, whereas, workshop and thing, it's slowly coming up.
It is creeping up, 100%, man. Like, there's a lot of guys out there that, a lot of my mates still work at Volvo and that too, that we work with over the years are still there. And, yeah, the money they're offering now, well, they don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, you have to pay decent money to keep the decent technicians there, otherwise...
Keep staff.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Otherwise, like you just mentioned then about reworking that, it just goes through the fucking roof. Because you haven't got the experience there. And as it's well and truly known in Australia at the moment, there is a shortage for tradies out here, isn't there? Like,
and it's not just our trade, it's
all trades.
It's all trades.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, you look at like electricians, plumbers, like, you literally, if you got a trade behind you, you can walk into a new job tomorrow.
There'll never be a shortage of electricians.
Yeah.
Well, they have Mardi Gras every year in Australia. We'll always have electricians.
There you mention it. Fucking hell.
They only need a screwdriver, a pair of pliers and a multimeter.
That was them done. All in their fucking handbag and
that's it.
And that was them done.
Roll up, 9 o'clock with their skinny soy decaf latte. And,
So if there is
a couple of wires and...
If there is any electricians listening, we'd love to hear your feedback and how your fucking pretty boys really do work.
Hardest work running to the smoko.
Get to the fucking smoko truck and get the fucking sausage roll.
That's it. They got to make sure they get another coffee at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's it. And their fucking third smoko break by then, them bastards.
That's because they stop, they'll fall over.
Yeah, that's it. But even a bit on us, man, where we met... when did you start at Volvo? 2010, 2011 maybe?
Oh, yeah, it was about, it would have been about.
Yeah, you worked for that. We worked together there for a couple of years, didn't we?
It was funny that I actually knew your dad before I knew...
100%, man, yeah. You actually knew Dad through Chum and that.
Yep.
And, it's fucking it's a small world.
Several good nights with his old boy and stuff like that before I met Gav, and then... he come up to me one day, he goes, "Oh, you know me dad." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, good on you, that's good." He goes, "No, follow on it." "Oh, right." And then it all clicked, and then we sort of clicked straight away and stayed mates.
100%. Well, in a serious note, like we've got a lot in common there. We love our footy, we love our cars. I've only recently stuck in the fishing the last couple of years, but we have a lot of interest together that match, and I think that's why we sit here for 6 hours and do one of these episodes about footy. We talk about that much shit.
100%. 100%.
Even preparing for this episode, we had to start talking about footy, and we'll dribble and shit, and fucking next thing you know, it's half an hour later.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
So we are going to be, it is probably going to be a bit more footy, NRL focused and sporting focused, because that's obviously what we both enjoy, we both like, we're both into, but we're still going to try and mix it up and stuff for everybody as well, try and get some special guests in.
Yeah.
And like we said, if you've got any topics or anything like that you guys want to, might want to learn about or know, flick us a message. It'd be good too. It'll give us a chance to research some different topics and
any feedback's appreciated,
things
guys.
like that.
Because at the end of the day, we're sitting in front of the camera, but we're doing it for you guys. That's and we want to get you guys involved as much as possible to help us out too. You know what I mean? So
that's exactly right. And the old saying, mate, 1,000-mile walk starts with the first step. So
yep, 100%.
we're going to kick off with a few things that we know about.
Yep.
So we don't look like we're a couple of muppets sitting up here.
Exactly right.
Talking absolute gibber about nothing.
And the one thing is we aren't doing one take, so we've got to get it right this time because we don't know how to do editing of videos yet. We're not quite there yet, brother. So if we stuff this up, we'll start from scratch.
And neither of us have the patience to do a second episode again either.
Yeah, us people off about that. Fucking, you're talking about me fucking lack of patience. Jesus.
As it is, we're probably stretching the batteries on the camera.
That's it, 100%.
But yeah, that's basically it. So subscribe to the channel, like the Facebook page, invite your mates, friends. Like I said, there's no age barriers here, there's no 100%. Gender barriers.
Exactly right. Everyone's welcome, male, female, doesn't matter what. We're open to have everyone on.
I was going to say, we'll stick to the two genders.
We'll try.
Male, female, not the other 57 that are apparently out there.
We might get shut off, mate, if we do be too much of a
Yes, you won't find pronouns anywhere on our channel.
We get reported. We'll get being straight up. It's like that meme you sent me the other day. It was the two guys getting handcuffed after the first fucking episode.
Carried out by the cops after the first episode.
Oh no, that's going to be us fucking for sure.
Yeah, that's why we've got to keep it a secret there, mate.
Right,
so anyway, footy.
State of Origin. Wednesday night.
There's only 9 rounds to go till finals.
Yeah.
We're into round 17.
It's going to be here before we know. This year's gone quick.
It's gone.
But it's been a good season though. It's nice and tight. Like
it's starting now. The last couple of weeks, you're getting that separation.
I think it's sort of now pretty well. You can comfortably say there'll obviously be a few changes, but your top 8 you've got now pretty well. You can assume we'll see top 8 coming to the finals. Basically,
it's looking. What have we got? We got the top 4 that are 4 points ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, pretty well.
And now we're starting to see a bit of a divide between the bottom 12, the bottom 13. Now there's that next level 4, which has sort of skipped a game.
Yeah.
Ahead, and then you got Mighty Tigers battling it out for the spoon again.
Oh, fuck. You might as well get to it nice now, man, because we're up
shit. They won't get the spoon, mate.
On a serious note, I honestly believe I think Titans come last at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't see them not getting it.
Here's a funny fact for you, right? So, we've got the Roosters this afternoon with Parramatta, Knights and Titans all having to, Parramatta and Titans having to bye. This week.
Oh, they can leapfrog us.
We can actually end up in last place.
If you lose.
If we get towed up. Like, Roosters put 60 or 70 on us, we will finish this round in
currently holding
17th spot. That's embarrassing.
Have Roosters got a few players out for Origin too, though, haven't they?
No, what?
Got Connor Watson. Lindsay Collins.
Toya, Collins, Spencer Lanu.
Yeah, so they haven't got a massive
thing is too, we've got no Appy because he's got concussion.
Oh, he's been ruled out for the
concussion protocol.
Yeah.
We've got no Luai either. He's State of Origin.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Dream Bullett's still out.
So you've lost your spine's out basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Pretty much we've moved Dewey to 5'8".
Yeah, right.
For this he's partnering, I think Heath Mason's. No, Heath Mason's at fullback still.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
For talent, what's his name? One of them little coconut brothers. Fainu. Yeah, the younger him and
he's
Dewey in the halves.
He's played a couple of games this year, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he copped a bit of an injury there earlier in the year.
Yep.
But he's been back for
a
couple of weeks. He's been coming off the bench for a couple of weeks. So, last of the sort of made multiple bye rounds this week.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So, we got 8 or 9 weeks run into the finals. So.
It's a good thing too. The NRLW kicked off this weekend as well.
Yep.
The NRLW, which is good. So
yeah,
the
Doggies won their first game.
Yeah, like Notch is
Who did they beat again, mate?
Don't even start.
Who did they beat again?
They were just outplayed. Doggies for their first year in the comp. They fucking had a really good crack.
Yeah,
they're going to be a good team this year.
Mate, I think Dragons will be hard to beat this year in the NRL.
You're right. They played well yesterday.
Well, they did play. That's Canberra's NRLW side. That's their 7th loss in a row at home.
Really?
Yep.
There's a stat for you.
You know, that's their 7th loss in a row at home.
That's good. It's going to be open competitions. Even Parramatta knocking off Sharks on the other night too. Like, I think Sharks are one of the favourites. I think they were in the grand final last year from memory, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was Roosters and Sharks grand final at NRLW. Like, it's good though. It's good to see they open up the competition like that.
Well, I think the Dragons will give it a red hot because the Illawarra Steelers won the Tarsha Gale Cup this year, which is like the preceding event to the NRLW.
And they would be.
And I think there's like 8 or 9 out of that side are in the Dragons team. So
well, that's a good odds, isn't it?
Coming with a bit of form and
they played yesterday and won pretty convincingly too, didn't they?
Yeah, they towed up Canberra.
Oh yeah, right. That's what down there too. Yeah,
tell you what, Ruben Wickie's daughter plays for Canberra.
Yeah, right.
Yes, she's definitely got a father's looks.
Really?
She put on a couple of big hits though.
Yeah, I've actually seen the Canberra winger put that big hit on. Did you see that?
Folded
That
up.
was a fucking big hit. That was like perfect timing.
Honestly, I swear they're changing her name to Origami. She just folded up.
Folding fucking half.
The old Jake Trebojevic shoulder folder.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
but I reckon some of those women playing at NRLW would give the men a run for their money.
Well, honestly, at the moment, I reckon it's better to watch.
Yeah.
Not because they're better looking or they're better to look at, but there's no shit in the game.
Yeah.
You know, there's no laying down, grabbing your head, grabbing your neck, and whatever, trying to play.
Even with the ref and that too, man, you find the game is led to flow a bit fucking better too.
Well, they still don't have the 6 against.
Yeah, I know.
So every infringement's a penalty.
Yeah.
But you don't have them. Like, they don't lay down and they don't play for the bunker and all that sort of. Fucking bunker, don't get me started on that.
I think that's a hot topic on everyone, man. The fucking bunker.
Oh, mate.
Bring everything undone.
It's ridiculous. It's like.
They change one thing but make another thing worse by doing it. They keep bringing themselves undone.
They keep bringing out all these stats saying they've never got more decisions right in the history and the game's quicker and all of this sort of stuff, but there's just no consistency in it.
And that's the drama, man. Like, they're trying to bring that consistency in, and it's just not happening for them.
They'll never have consistency in the bunker while they have a different person do each game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're right. Because
there's too much interpretation. Like, what you think's an obstruction, I think's fair play.
Yeah,
you know? And that's, so one game you're like, nah, that's an obstruction, no try. And I'm like, that's a bad defensive read.
Yeah. How do you feel the players have the influence too? Like, for example, you watch a rugby union game and like the ref's there and they won't even fucking argue with the ref. Like in a rugby union, the ref has the final say and that's it. They don't argue the point. But you find in the NRL that there's a lot more arguing with the ref and that too, and it has to play an influential role in it. Like, they say it doesn't, but in my opinion, surely it's got to have some sort of persuasion.
I think they're doing it to bide time.
Yeah.
To give, so the bunker does
make that decision.
Look at it, and then the bunker does.
You're right.
So in the English Super League this year, they've brought in the green card. So green card. So if a player stays down and feigns injury and stuff like that, and they review it and they deem it's not a penalty or it's not a reportable offence or something like that, the player that stays down gets shown the green card and they've actually got to go off for 2 minutes. So your team is actually down to 12 players.
That's
you have to go off for 2 minutes.
That's how you get the milking out of it, isn't it?
And mate, that's exactly, except I'd make it like 5 minutes or...
Yeah, make it worthwhile.
Something like that.
You're not going to lay down and milk it.
Because I guarantee you, they start laying down, come Monday or Tuesday at training, they're going to get the biggest foot up the arse.
But you look back in the 90s and that, man, you look at like your Lazaruses and your Chief Harrigans and that, like, they'd fucking pick up their player and hit him across there themselves if they fucking lay down like that.
Mate, some of those contacts.
Yeah.
Like Spud Carroll and Harrigan and the Chief and stuff like that, when they got 100%. Going, some of those conclusions, you know,
and
they
get were fucking insane.
Right back up again.
Yeah. And there was times where they couldn't get up, but they still stayed on the field and play.
Yeah. I understand that, you know, things evolve. We have to protect players.
Yeah.
You know, concussion protocols.
Oh, exactly right. Like, and obviously technology, it's a lot advanced now, and they have more of an understanding around concussions than that.
Yeah.
And you're watching reviews with like Tony like Spud Carroll and that now, and the after effects of his footy career now, and the issue he's going through medically in that.
Paul Green.
No, perfect example.
You know, they donated his family donated his brain to science. You know, and that was a sad thing, you know, that he took his own life.
Yep.
But they found once they checked out his brain and stuff like that he had advanced CTE.
Yeah.
Which was playing with his emotions, was playing with, you know, everything like that. And it's just from repeated head knocks playing footy. So I'm all for protecting the player's head, concussion protocols, things like, because I know my nephew's now they play rugby.
Yep.
But if they get deemed a concussion, I think it's 21 or 28 days or something they're not allowed to play for. Now, like, this is the junior.
Are they in rugby union? Are they forced to wear headgear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's till under 13s or 14s or something like that.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Age group, like even the under 7s in rugby, that's what my youngest nephew spent a couple of years in.
Yep.
Even though it's no tackle, it's like touch,
so
they still have to wear headgear.
Noel's the same. He plays for the East Maitland Griffins there, and he's playing under fives. It's basically like Oztag, basically. Yeah. But they've still got to wear the headgear and stuff like that.
Still got to wear the headgear and everything like that.
And I remember even when I played junior footy and that, there was certain clubs like the Rain Terrace Roosters and that there was a club policy that every player had to wear headgear.
Yep.
So every time you played Rain Terrace, every single player had headgear on.
Yep.
So
you would have struggled to get one to fit your head.
Well, that's the problem. Look at these fucking ears, mate.
Yeah.
Those fucking things.
That's what you needed headgear for. That's how we're beaming out the broadcast from here.
Fuck off.
We're tuned Gavin to digital radio. Righto, we're 17 weeks into the comp. Who's winning the premiership? Who you got winning?
Start of the year, I had Storm.
Yeah.
I still think Storm will probably be there. But going off the outcome so far, I still think Canberra. I generally think Canberra can get there and win it.
Yeah.
I can see Bulldogs fucking falling off a little bit.
So who's your grand final?
Raiders Storm.
Raiders Storm.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Raiders Storm grand final, and I'd say Raiders to win it.
Alright, and you Spoon?
Spoon? I've still got Titans.
Yeah.
I can't see the Titans not getting the Wooden Spoon this year.
I don't know. As much as I hate to say it, we are the Mighty Tigers. We are in an absolute fucking shambles again now.
We said another young fella went this way too. Bulldogs, I think, or
Parramatta.
Yeah,
and effective immediately too.
Oh,
still had 18 months to go on his contract, and it was effective. So his next game he'll be in the blue and gold.
There you go.
I still think you're right. I still think the Titans will get the spoon.
Yep.
Mate, honestly, I think the Roosters are a red hot chance at winning.
Yeah, yep.
Not a fan at all, but I just think Savala and Sandon Smith, the way they've been playing,
well.
You got Sam Walker to come back.
I'll tell you what, I bet you they're kicking themselves about VCA something now.
You know, well, hasn't been confirmed
yet. Maybe our fucking Politis are trying to fucking pull out the deal.
Well, there's nothing official yet, and the word on the street is the Roosters have gone cold on it because of the way Savala and Sandon Smith
well, and how bad
Sandon Smith has knocked back an offer from Parramatta as well for next year. So whether or not
maybe there's fucking plans to change,
and that's the thing. Like Sandon Smith can play 9, as well. 100%. So you could, it's one of those things. But I mean, you get Sam Walker back. I would probably put him back to 6.
Yep.
And have Savala stay at 7. The way he's been organising, around.
Yeah, he has been playing well.
I think they're a bit of a dark horse, the Roosters. But I think you're right. I think the winner will come from Canberra or the Storm.
Yep.
But
so
hopefully
you see
Canberra.
You reckon a Canberra Storm grand final?
I think it'll be Canberra Storm.
Yeah.
Grand final.
Yeah. 100%.
But I think don't write off the Roosters. I think. They're just ticking along, and they're starting.
At the end of the day, the coach and Teddy's they've been there and done it, haven't they?
Oh mate, if Teddy doesn't get the Dally M this year, then
100%.
They need to throw it away. They need to scrap it because it'll be an absolute farce.
Yeah, 100%. But even their forwards are really solid this year. Look at Angus Crichton, always fucking Lindsay Collins.
Yeah,
like fucking their forwards just been fucking phenomenal for them.
Well. Farno White,
yeah,
they've re-signed him till 2029 now.
He's got a couple of years under his belt.
He's only 23 too.
He's a big boy. He's a fucking good player for that age,
and can play minutes too.
Yeah.
He can punch out 60, 70
He's another Terrell May.
Terrell May,
yeah. Terrell May's like that, isn't he?
Tigers are looking to
extend his
contract.
Yeah, I did read that the other day.
As well, a couple of years.
He was probably my shock exclusion from the New South Wales team this year, to be honest with you. I would have him over. Who's your forward that went to Storm? Plays for Storm now?
Oh, why kick a tomato or fucking...
I don't know how he got a spot over Terrell May.
That's only because Beldy's in the coaching staff.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And and there's that other big coconut from fucking South as well. What's his name's about that?
Oh, Colin McCartney.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Sure, he'd be shooing too.
He's
been playing this year, and the Manly bloody back rower, Okolomatu, whatever his name
so
is.
that's why he's got to tattoo his name on his leg, because he can't pronounce it and spell it.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why it's in big letters all the way down his leg, so that he can read it. When he pronounces it, he just holds his leg up.
100%. But talking about Origin, the side on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Who are you backing?
Oh, Blues. Please.
I was just asking, mate, just a bit concerned.
Fucking stupid question.
But you mentioned earlier before we actually started recording this, fucking Munster's old man passed away.
Yeah, it's all over the news and stuff. I haven't gone deep into it. I haven't read what and how and all of that sort of stuff. It's sort of just noticed before I come over here this morning that Billy Slater did a bit of a press conference.
Jesus, that's going to
stepped out of his glass house, and
that's going to be the mongrel in him.
Oh
fuck! It's going to put some mongrel in Queensland,
mate. If that doesn't turn the betting on its head,
100%.
Munster's going to come out an absolute.
Well, I think they're paying just shy of $3 at the moment for Queensland to win the game.
That'll shorten.
Yeah,
that will.
Yeah, well, I think New South Wales going in about $1.40 favourites at the moment.
Yeah. No, I think on the back of this, like because Munster's, He went to another level last game.
I think he did. I think taking on the captaincy, which he deserves.
Yeah.
I think that played a big part in it as well, and then having this on top, fuck if he turns it on, it's going to be on.
I still don't think it'll be enough though for him to win. But it's definitely going to galvanise especially after last game with all the shit that. Glasshouse Billy copped and stuff like that, and winning. And
I think New South Wales just need to get the ball to their backs more. They need to get Latrell and Stephen Cron involved more, I reckon.
Mate, the ref didn't allow him to last game. The NRL got what they wanted.
Yeah,
they wanted a decider. It's sold out too. Yeah. So the ref will put the whistle away this game.
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
It'll come down to football, and unfortunately, I think New South Wales have just got too much talent, too many strike players and stuff.
Who do you reckon take out man of the match?
Man of the match? I reckon it'll be Cleary. I reckon he'll all the criticism around him, you know, people don't realise he's already won 3 series. They say until he dominates in Origin, he won't be in the same. He's won 3 series.
Exactly right.
His win rate's over 50% on games that he's won in State of Origin.
100%.
But because he's never won that decider, you know, people keep...
Hopefully the right's on the wall Wednesday night.
And that's why I think he'll step up.
Yeah.
And
it'd be good to see him play like the game. Remember Joey Johns in 05 decider, I think it was. Like he just stood up and just probably one of the best games I've ever watched Joey Johns play.
That was the same thing. Everyone bagged the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know, leading into that.
Yeah.
And he come out and absolutely
fucking dominated.
Annihilated.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
I'd love to see Cleary come out and do the same thing.
That's what will happen.
Yep.
You know, that old Penrith spine, Cleary, Blue Eye,
all back together.
Edwards,
Tyre on the wing, they're fucking playing Lure.
You know, Critter in the centres.
Yep.
They got the band back together.
Yeah, exactly right, man. And then you've got the sheer strengths of Latrell and Zone.
Be like
Max and that in there.
Johnny Farnham reunion tour.
57 farewell tour.
Yeah. 7 farewell tours later.
100%. So what about man of the series? What do you reckon, Greeny?
It's hard because I don't think there's been a player that's really stood out in both games. Like game 1, there was a couple of players that stood out. You know, some players had a quiet game. Game 2, a couple of those players that were quiet in game 1 just stood up. You know, and the ones that had good games in game 1 was a bit quiet. So, mate, I think even if they're in a losing side, I think if Munster has an absolute bell ringer on Wednesday night, he'll get the Wally Lewis medal.
Yeah, 100%.
Mate, I think Payne Haas is a big chance if he has a good game. You know, because he was probably one of our best in the first game.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit quiet the second game, but that's...
But I think that was the flow of the game in that too, though. Like that determined it as well. The way the ref fucking, like you said, about wanting to decide up.
Yeah.
It sort of fucking that fucking flow sort of affected the way you played too.
You know, and going back to a dry track, like it'll be dewy out there at home, Bush, but there's no rain or anything forecast, so
it's supposed to be clear night, clear weather.
Bit of a dry track and stuff like that too. So
100%.
You know, I think we'll get our forwards back on track. And,
yep.
You know, but I think it'll either be Payne Haas or Cameron Munster that gets the Wally Lewis medal. Yeah. This year, I think.
Yeah, I think you're spot on the money there, man. In my opinion, definitely agree with you there. Yeah. What about first try scorer? Who are you backing?
I think Queensland will come out really hard, really fast. You know, and they'll try and get on top and dominate early. Mate, I think they'll get off to a quick start with Val Holmes putting one over.
I'm backing Trell.
Uncle Trell?
Yeah. I reckon if he actually comes out, if he has a good solid first 10 minutes, he'll be fucking set for the rest of the game.
He's had an up and down series, hasn't he?
He has. The first game he played really well. The last game he fucking looked like he wasn't even out there.
But even in that first game, he had a couple of little silly mistakes and
it's like he was
gave away a couple of little penalties.
It's like he was nervous, like he was trying to find his feet out there again. That's what it seemed like.
No, it was the type of game that just sort of didn't suit him. I think he was just trying to... He was trying to do too much.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, he should have just stayed out.
But you look back in, I think it was around about 2021, a couple of years ago, when they had Javojevic and him in the centres, and they had that option to run across the field and play it. We won by fucking 40 or 50 points, whatever it was that game. Like, given that Stephen Cros's not a Tom Javojevic sort of player like that, they're going to be set in their ways on their sides. But if you can open up a bit more like you did in that game, fucking.
But I think that'll come down to our forwards. If we can get on top of the forwards 100%. Again and give our times a bit of halves a bit of time.
Because he's coming up against Toya, isn't he? Pairing up against him, so
he's held his own.
I like it.
You know,
there's one thing I'll give Queensland, I'll give Slater. They've done well by bringing him in. What is he, 19, 20?
No, a little bit older than that. But see, he's had injuries too. Like he's
Yeah,
had a couple of
actually,
knee reconstructions.
I was reading the other day he was actually in the Broncos system.
Yeah.
And then Roosters fucking picked him up.
Yeah, but he's had a couple of knee injuries and shoulder injury and stuff like that. Like he's always had the potential.
Yeah.
But he's had a jagged start. But, you know, he's a big body as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, Mark and old Uncle Trell, you want a big body.
Oh, you have to.
But if he switches on too, decides that he wants to play footy and not try and bring the bit of shit and stuff like that that he's got into his game.
Yeah.
If he switches on and plays footy, you know, we could put 40 on him.
Yeah. Even Shibazaki in the Centres of Queensland, that was definitely a... wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, mate, I was glad I was sitting down when I read that.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. But, you know, what... I would have thought for sure Reece Walsh would have been at one and the Hammer
it's strange.
at centre, but...
I was reading the other day, Hammer, he'll be the first player in Origin history to play 3 different positions in a series. Because he started on the wing in game 1, centre's game 1, wing game 2, fullback game 3.
Yeah.
So, but it's good that they, like, from a Queensland point of view, they've got the versatility of players in their back line that can do that. Like, I hope we'll win by 40 still. but I'm picking New South Wales, I reckon 24-16.
You reckon it'll be that close?
I reckon it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, right.
The Cider, Queensland playing with their the mongrel in them. We're in New South Wales, it's going to have an edge, but I still reckon it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I think so too. I reckon New South Wales 28-14.
Yep.
I reckon we score more tries than we kick goals.
Like last game?
Or last
series,
two.
I should say.
3 from 10
Fuck
for the series. And what at Queensland, they're 7 from 7 or something.
Yeah,
7 from 8.
Near 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they've missed one kick. I think Val Haynes missed a kick from the sideline in the first game.
That's it.
Right.
You know, we couldn't kick a coffee table in the middle of the night.
100%.
Hopeless.
Do you see Lomax kicking for New South Wales or Cleary?
Oh, I think it'll be Lomax.
I think he has to.
You know, I think
he has to.
They'll still... Cleary will take the general kicking.
Yeah.
You know, because it puts less stress on the groin and stuff like that. But that sort of round the body motion of goal kicking puts more stress.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, but the thing is, like, they gave him enough chances. He missed the first couple last game.
Yeah.
They could have thrown the ball to Uncle Trell or Critter, you know, Dylan Edwards.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5 others
that can kick.
And, yeah, I think, you know, he's having a shocker even get Big Papa come and kick the ball for us. You know?
Yeah, fucking no.
The way he kicked the goal at Canberra there a couple of weeks ago in his record game. Mate,
it's going to be... that was an SOS call from Slater, wasn't it?
Oh, he channeled his inner Wayne Bennett there, didn't he?
Fucking AV.
Bringing Alfie back
from
England.
Yeah, in the 2000s.
Mate, that's going to be huge for Queensland.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a shame that Horsburgh's missed out because of it. You know,
I thought they might still fucking bring him spot on the bench. They even moved him to lock. He's played a fair bit of lock for for Canberra this year, and he's more than capable.
Well, your lock's a middle forward now.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly right. But again, you've had the young Lola here from fucking Storm. He's been playing well too, hence why he got locked down that position, and he probably will have it for the next couple of years too.
I'd say this will be Big Papa's song.
Yeah, well, obviously, I can see him going over in the next year. You'll do a Jared Weaver, Hargraves, and get cashed up for 2 years and come home.
Oh, I don't think he'll go to England.
Well, you know, they'll say he's signed with Catalan Dragons.
Who Papa has?
Apparently, yeah. So
yeah, right. Because he's just had another kid.
Yeah.
Another kid last week, and
rumour has it he's signed a 1 or 2 year deal with Catalan Dragons from next year. So
go and top the super up.
That's it, mate. That's what they all do, don't they?
Yeah, no.
They've all fucking done it over the years.
And that's the thing. They still go over there and carve up because unfortunately, Super League's like New South Wales Cup. Yeah. You know, it just.
And that's one thing we talk about in the upcoming episodes is the NRL buying out the Super League. Like, I think it'd be a smart option for the game.
It would be. It'd just be a matter of how you'd run it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a big thing for the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Like worldwide.
Yep.
As well as, another cash grab for the NRL.
Yeah.
Secure themselves and stuff like, because COVID nearly killed the NRL. If it wasn't for Foxtel and Channel 9 stepping in and bailing them out.
Yep, 100%, man. But that new head of NRL's done a good job, though. I can't think of his name.
Andrew Abdo.
Yep. I believe he's done a good job. Even old mate looking after the Australian Rugby League, fucking the...
Oh, PBL. Peter Volandis, yeah.
Even him, I reckon they've fucking done a great job over the last couple of years.
You look what
even against through that COVID period and that, like...
Well, and that's the thing, like I said, the only thing that saved us was Foxtel and Channel 9, but those two blokes having the balls to say, right, we're going to be back on the field by this date.
Yeah, 100%.
But now, they've got an asset portfolio worth over $250,000.
Yeah.
The NRL. Because that was the problem. They had no assets to borrow against anything. Now they've got an asset portfolio of over $250,000 now, and they're looking to still...
They've gone business smart with it now.
Exactly.
That's what they've done. They've gone business smart.
Exactly.
Well, you look at Volandis, what he's done, because he's tied up in the horse racing and that too, and what he's still doing for them.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking...
New South Wales racing.
Yeah.
What he did to harness racing as well.
Yeah,
he was running that.
Yep.
As well, got harness, got it out of the centre of Sydney and put it out Menangle and, turned it into something...
Yeah, paid fucking dividends, didn't it?
Old Tabcourt Park out in Angle. They take a few of me dollars over here.
Fucking bastards.
I reckon I've just about paid for a box out there. I should get an invite every year to the Christmas party.
Fucking hell.
Well, you grub, I think that just about wraps up the first episode.
Yeah, we're drilling shit for almost an hour now. So... But no, like we said, guys, we want to use this for obviously for us to catch up and have a chat, but definitely around mental health. That's a big thing we're focusing on and bring that awareness in. And yeah, it's just good to see even some of the comments that we've got on the page and that so far. Just people following us and backing us and saying it's a good thing we're doing. We're stoked to have that support there already.
It's humbling too.
Yeah. Yep.
It is, that people are like, you're doing a good thing and...
Yeah, exactly right.
Appreciate what you're trying to do and stuff like that. So, like we said, mate, we can't do it without their support.
Exactly right. And it always... We want to get the message out there too. Like, always check in on your mates. Always check in on mates. Things might be getting a bit heavy for them and maybe just a simple "Are you okay?" can make the world of difference. It really fucking can.
I read something the other day. It says, I might not speak to a lot of people and I might send 1,000 memes a day out, but that meme that you get from me means I'm thinking of you.
Yeah, it's exactly right, man. 100%.
So, it doesn't have to be a phone call. I mean, it could just be a simple, like a funny video or something you see.
Even a text like I mentioned before. A simple text. A lot of people on even... Snapchat, you gotta have social platforms now. Like even a simple Snapchat, send a g'day to a mate or something like that.
Yep.
Can change their day.
Just a picture of a nice sunny day.
100%. I'll talk about one experience I had a couple of years ago. I was working at Volvo and I was playing in the workshop.
For which time?
Good question. Second time around, I think.
Yeah, you had more starts there than Fowler.
Fuck it, I would. But no, I was sitting there and I had a good friend. Yeah, she knows Tony Davis.
Yeah. Old Duck.
Yeah, old Duck.
I used to work with him at Cummins too.
Yeah. So
top bloke.
Absolute legend. And this is why a bit of a shout out to Tony. A fucking really good bloke. It was just simple as he popped the head in and he just asked me if I was okay and how I was travelling. And it just made me sit back and just think like it was literally a couple of words and it meant the fucking world to me.
Yeah.
Just completely changed your mindset and everything for that day. And you don't realise sometimes you might be in a bit of a slump and you don't actually know.
And that's exactly right.
Exactly. And that's why I just want to use that example there. Fucking simple as a mate, Tony, coming in and just fucking asking a simple question.
Yep.
And
that's all it can take.
Yep.
Sometimes, and if someone's not doing well, that simple message, it might just be enough for them to open up and say, hey, I'm struggling.
Yep.
And don't, if you are struggling, don't be scared, embarrassed, afraid whatever. Like I said earlier, if you can't talk to mates or family, you know, or anyone, a random stranger, there's plenty of blokes people on the page now too.
Exactly.
Flick one of them a message, and like I said, you've got Beyond Blue, Black Dog Institute, Lifeline, too.
Even see how this pans out, like down the track, there's nothing stopping. We can maybe organise some events and some catch up at a pub or something like that. It doesn't just for a beer or two.
Yep.
Can't stop in, say g'day. Like it's the options are out there. And again, that's where we want the feedback from you guys and have your input to different options and stuff like that we can do down the track. So.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate.
So I just wanted to, just before we tie things up here, guys, just a quick shout out, firstly to my wife for letting me take over her office.
Yeah.
And put this beautiful backdrop in and stuff like that. But she's played a massive part in my life for the last 10 years, and we definitely want to appreciate her and say thanks. Secondly, to my eldest boy Jakey for creating our logo. It's come up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a good starting point for us anyway. If our noggins on there.
The two buffheads in it, mate. The logo made it an easy job for him.
That's it.
Couple of handsome critters make it a lot easier when you're working with good material.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It makes it a lot easy. But and lastly, yourself, Greeny. I appreciate you jumping on and doing this with me, man.
Oh, mate, it's a pleasure and an honour.
Yep.
You know, when you first started talking about it, I was like, yep. It'd be an absolute pleasure and
100%,
honour.
man. And I was so nervous about doing it and that, but having you here with me, man, it's fucking definitely made a world of difference. Made it easier for me anyway.
Yeah, that's it. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoy it, and don't forget to, you know, share it out there, share it with your mates, your family, friends,
100%
as well, whatever.
Like the Facebook page, fucking subscribe to the YouTube channel. Try and get our name out there as much as possible and just help people out as much as we can.
Just search Greeny and Grub. The links are all on the Facebook page as well.
100%.
Loving your feedback on that as well. And, you know, it doesn't all have to be serious stuff. If you find, you know, funny videos or shit like that you,
exactly right.
You know, think people will get a laugh out of.
Yep.
Post them up, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, whatever's going on. You know, giving people a laugh, serious, whatever. But, that's us. Episode 1, in the bank, done and dusted.
Just remember, even the toughest blokes always need a yarn, brother.
That's it. That's exactly right, brother.
Cheers, guys.
See you later, people.